Hello, beautiful souls. It's your show host, Regina Huber from Transform Your Performance with the same website, transformyourperformance.com. And this week, I'm welcoming you from Merritt Island, Florida, United States. If we met before, you know that I'm a passionate nomad with a business based in New York City and always out and about traveling. I promise you, you will see me in different locations around the world as we move along in this journey together. In the past 6 weeks alone, I have been in 7 states of the United States, not counting stopovers, which would make it 8. So my eclectic life and experience on 5 continents has shaped me into a multicultural and multilingual transformational leadership coach and inspirational speaker. And because I have seen such amazing, sparkling brilliance in women all over the world, I have made it my mission for this show and all the episodes in it to inspire you to ignite a fire wherever your path leads you, to move up that light dimmer control and shine your brightest light so you can increase your income, influence, and impact, because the world needs you. And this will also then lead to a more fulfilled life for you. This show, titled What's Your Spark, is about how you can show up more powerfully in business and in leadership and sparkle your unique leader brilliance out to the world and beam like a dazzling star with it. Shine with such a bright spark that people have to put on their sunglasses when they look at you. And when I talk about leadership, as always, I mean leadership in any capacity. You don't need a leadership position to be a leader. Leadership doesn't come with a leadership position anyway. It's an attitude, and it starts with self-leadership and self-empowerment. Because remember, no one can empower you but yourself. So grab your journal or your notepad and a pen, and let's get started. Today, I'm going to share with you my daily empowered self script. This is a script that I have written for myself to read every single morning as I jump out of bed. It's become an integral part of my morning routine. And today I'm going to share it with you. And I invite you to either use the script as it is or adapt it according to your liking and read it out loud every single morning. This is how I predetermine, at least to a certain extent, what will dominate my mind that day. And I may I may lose that predominant attitude over the course of the day, but I will remind myself again and again and again, the next morning, day after day after day, until I truly integrate it and it becomes more a part of me. Yes, that's the power of repetition. Repetition is what reprograms our subconscious mind, our beliefs, and through them, eventually our habits and our actions. Now, without further ado, here is my daily empowered self script. And I want to share my screen with you so you can read along with me. This is what it looks like. As you can see here on my screen, I call it my daily empowered self script. So you can adapt this, as I said before, according to your own liking. But the most important part is that you read it out loud every morning to yourself. And this is how it goes. Today and every day, I consciously choose and find ways to be of greater service. I'm constantly expanding further into my potential, stepping deeper into it every single day. I'm determined to grow and become a higher expression of myself with every step I take and every move I make. I measure my success by progress, not by perfection. I fuel my actions with positive energy, and I show up with an enthusiastic attitude, energy and attitude that serve my desired outcomes. I always remember that for every problem, there's an equal opportunity, and in every challenge, there is a gift. Whenever I encounter a challenging situation, I take a deep breath and I declare, there's an effortless way to do this. And I ask that I be shown. My mindset, my energy, and my self-image determine what I can achieve. Therefore, I focus on a self-empowering mindset and self-image, and I practice positive vibration. Today is a gift and an opportunity for empowered creation. And I now commit to making the best out of this day. And I'm setting myself up on a positive alert in the morning, and I'm on that vibe all day in this way. Yes. So I wanted to go through all of this together with in more detail today, because I really want us to understand exactly what all of this means. Yeah. As I said, with this script, I set myself up on a positive vibe in the morning, and this helps me to stay on a more positive vibe all day, or to come back onto it when needed. So let's pick that script apart so we understand the deeper meaning of every single sentence of it. Let's move through the script sentence by sentence, line by line. So the first line says, today and every day. And yes, this is not just about one day. It's about every single day of my life from now on. So today and every day, I consciously choose and find ways to be of greater service. I consciously do this. I'm not just being pushed along. Yeah, I will think about it and take action accordingly. I will make a note of new ways as ideas pop into my mind, but I also look for ways actively, consciously. Yes. And when I receive those ideas, I also do that consciously and make a note of them, maybe not only on my mind, but also in my journal. And then the next line says, I'm constantly expanding further into my potential, stepping deeper into it every single day. Now, we humans have unlimited potential. I've talked about this before. And as we learn and evolve, as we gain experience, we can step deeper into our potential every single day. There's really no limit for that because our potential is limitless. It's infinite. You can never step into your full potential because it's never ending. Yeah. So that's actually good news, although it sounds weird, right? You can never step into your full potential. That sounds discouraging. No, it's because it's never ending. It expands as you expand, and it grows with you. Isn't that amazing? And then the next line says, I am determined to grow and become a higher expression of myself with every step I take and every move I make. This sounds ambitious, doesn't it? And yes, it is. It really is what I want, though. So it can be ambitious. It's totally fine, right? I don't want to stay stuck at my current level. I want to bring out more of the treasures inside of me, the good stuff. It's so exciting to uncover more of it every single day. And I'm saying I'm determined to grow and become a higher expression of myself. I am determined. That is a pretty strong expression for me, and that's why I'm using it. As part of my script, I also state that I measure my success by progress, not perfection. And this is an important one, especially for women, right? And it's also important for me because I easily get frustrated. I'm an action taker. I'm a very proactive human being, and things can never be fast enough for me. But as most women, I also have a bit of a perfectionist in me. So I can easily move between two extremes. One extreme is wanting to advance too fast and therefore running a risk to get frustrated when it's not going as fast as I wanted to go, and also potentially missing some important details or risks on the way. So I always have to remind myself of two things here. Other people's timing and priorities might be different from mine. And sometimes we just need to trust the law of divine timing. And it doesn't always have to be at the speed of light that I advance, although I might feel it has to be like that, right? Because I'm sometimes a bit impatient. But there's always a reason why something is happening in a certain time frame, and sometimes we don't like the reason. And even for big risk takers, as I am one, it's also critical to at times take a step back and look at the overall picture and see how it all fits together before I make the next big step. And as refers to the other extreme, the perfectionism, sometimes I need to get little details when I want to focus on little details, sorry, when it's not really that important. I want it to work all perfectly, and it's not really that important. So I also want to recognize that I'm already perfect in essence, because we all are. I don't have to prove that I'm perfect all the time. We are already perfect as we are, right? And for the rest of it, for the appearance of it, I will never be. And that's also not the point. It's not important. Yeah. So I decide to stop wasting time on perfectionism. See, for me, perfectionism isn't so much about the need to have everything perfect before I start taking action. It's about certain aspects that are important to me. And so, I, for example, in the past, I allowed myself to be bothered when other people didn't do them perfectly. For example, spelling, right? But then I decided that it's not really that important in all contexts. In some it is, in others it's not. So I decided to let these things go so they would not bother or affect me so much. And it just makes my life easier, because perfectionism is a beast, right? And it's cost me even to go off on a tangent with this entire conversation here today, just because I think it's really important, right? And that's why I also put this sentence into my daily empowered self script. So I would not get distracted by perfection or perfectionism when it's really about progress. And that is why my script says, and this is what brings us back to it, I measure my success by progress, not perfection. So let's move on to the next line in my script. It says, I fuel my actions with positive energy, and I show up with an enthusiastic attitude, energy and attitude that serve my desired outcomes. This is not always easy to fulfill, because as we move through our day, life happens, right? Circumstances show up that we might not like. So this is something I need to remind myself throughout the day when these unlikable circumstances do occur. The script then goes on to say, I always remember that for every problem, there's an equal opportunity. And in every challenge, there is a gift. And believe it or not, I just had such a situation going on right before this show. Isn't it amazing, right? Divine timing. So this again has to do with seemingly unfavorable circumstances, or crises, as we call it sometimes. Well, I can tell a few stories about those from the past few weeks alone, like just now, for example, or the tech issues that I was going through in the past few weeks that cost me about 25 hours instead of the 2 hours they should have taken. I didn't like it when I was in it, but I survived the situation. And you know what I used it for? I removed a few limiting paradigms in the process. So in the end, I believe I actually came out winning. But if I had not looked at the learning, at the opportunity for learning, I should say, and at the potential of gain in it, at the potential of increase in it, it would have been only frustrating and it would have been a loss, right? And here's a sentence I love to repeat to myself. And it's also part of my script, right? Whenever I encounter a challenging situation, I take a deep breath and I declare, there's an effortless way to do this. I ask that I be shown. I ask that I be shown, right? This is a powerful prayer. You know, we can pray in many ways. In fact, some ways of praying are actually counterproductive. They don't serve us. We always want to pray or ask, whatever your word is, in an empowered way. And when I say pray, I don't mean this in a religion sense anyway, although it really applies to all forms of praying. It could apply perfectly to your religious praying as well, sorry. Right? So we got to make sure we do it in an empowering way. And I know that other people have talked more about this on other shows, so I'm just going to leave it at that, but think about it. So let's move on in the script. The next sentence goes like this. My mindset, my energy, and my self-image determine what I can achieve. Therefore, I focus on a self-empowering mindset and self-image, and I practice positive vibration. A self-empowering mindset is key for success. It's also a part of my signature coaching program and framework, Powerful Leadership Transformation. So in my coaching approach, I combine mindset and heartset, but more about heartset some other time. I'm going to do an extra show for that. Developing a self-empowering mindset is a daily endeavor. It's an ongoing process. However you go about it, there are many, many ways. And of course, practice makes us better at it over time. Yes. So today is a gift, and the next sentence in my script is, today is a gift and an opportunity for empowered creation, and I now commit to making the best out of this day. This means I make a committed decision to do something of value today, to utilize my time wisely today, my daily gift of time. As I always say, we cannot manage time, but we can manage our priorities within our day. Yeah, there's no way to manage time, but we can manage our priorities and our activities. And this brings us to the end of my script. My complete morning routine includes some other elements as well. It doesn't only include the script, such as visualizing my vision, doing a breathing technique that was created by Wim Hof, the Wim Hof breathing, and more. And I also love to move in some ways, although sometimes I push the movement part and the exercise part to a later time in day, like the evening. Yeah, when I really have more time. And I really make a point in the evening of catching up on more intense movement, because I really need that. I'm a movement person, right? And that could be, for example, for me, it could be dance, it could be yoga, or an intense bike ride. But my point here is, I focus on my inner game in the morning, because I know that my inner game determines my outer game. So investing in my morning routine and in my inner game in the morning helps me be more productive and creative all day. You know, it seems like to some people, it might seem like a waste of time and they want to get to work right away. And I was like that too, but I really had to change that for me to understand that it works better in this order. And I'm in this way able to actually make more out of my day, because I quickly catch up for that time. Yes. So my inner game will then determine my actions, how I do things. And in this way, my actions become more inspired by the right vibe and also more effective. A higher vibe, a higher vibrational frequency elevates the effectiveness of our actions, and it shifts our point of attraction. That's also why inspired and effective action is pillar number 4 of my coaching framework, Powerful Leadership Transformation. Yeah, and I have put some thought into the order of those pillars, of course, because that action of ours can only be inspired if we go through the other 3 pillars. See, our subconscious doesn't reject, it only accepts. Whatever we feed it, it will just take in. Yeah, and it doesn't understand the word not. So be careful what words you use for your morning script or for any other affirmations, really. And be careful how you phrase your vision. We talked about that in an earlier episodes, how to write an effective vision, right? You see, you can never go beyond where you believe you can go. And you can never achieve more than you believe you can achieve. And what you believe on a subconscious level, and that's a really important point here. So a big vision will not be very easy to implement without a self-empowered mindset and self-empowered leadership. Any new possibility starts with an idea, a fantasy, your imagination. And sometimes it seems to start with through some external trigger that we pick up on because it matches our vibrational frequency. And this trigger could be a circumstance or a person that shows up for us. The thing is, all the people and all the circumstances and all the opportunities you want to attract, they already exist. They're already out there. It's just that they may not be aligned with your self-image or with your vibrational frequency or with how you set yourself up in the morning. Yeah, so that frequency also includes your mindset, your thought patterns, because thoughts are also energy, of course. So as you can see, we have a lot to work on here. And as we grow and transform, more possibilities will show up. So let's take the next few minutes to really internalize the script once again. So close your eyes if you'd like and feel into every single line. And I'll give you a 15-second break after each line so you can do that, or 10-second break. I have to do a time check here. So you can do that and figure out what that means to you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again in case you prefer to read along. Going up to the start. This is the daily empowered self script I showed you earlier. Today and every day, I consciously choose and find new ways to be of greater service. I'm constantly expanding further into my potential, stepping deeper into it every single day. Feel into it. I'm determined to grow and become a higher expression of myself with every step I take and every move I make. I measure my success by progress, not perfection. I fuel my actions with positive energy, and I show up with an enthusiastic attitude, energy, and attitude that serve my desired outcomes. I always remember that for every problem, there's an equal opportunity, and in every challenge, there is a gift. Whenever I encounter a challenging situation, I take a deep breath and I declare, there is an effortless way to do this. I ask that I be shown. My mindset, my energy, and my self-image determine what I can achieve. Therefore, I focus on a self-empowering mindset and self-image, and I practice positive vibration. Today is a gift and an opportunity for empowered creation. And I now commit to making the best out of this day. Observe what this feels like and what this could do for you if you had such a script. Yes. What did that feel like? Was it empowering to you? Would it be helpful for you to have this script? What could it do for you if you really lived according to the script every single day? How would your life change? Would you be able to attain what you want faster? Would you feel better, feel less stressed, more relaxed? Would you feel like you truly love what you do while you do it? Wouldn't that be marvelous, right? Being consciously aware of enjoying each moment, or at least as many moments as possible of each day. So if you'd like to get the script in your email, feel free to reach out through the contact page of my website. It's completely free for you. And my website again is transformyourperformance.com. I'm going to share this again with you here on screen. And here you see the website. So if you'd like to get lots of free stuff, just go there to transformyourperformance.com, or also my connection website, followregina.com. There you can click on a blue button as you scroll down on that page and sign up for the free inspiration and resources I share on a regular basis, or else even for a free Career Accelerator mini course. I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Regina Huber. It's there for you. It's filled with lots of video trainings and inspirational videos. And I still am offering also a special session at transformyourperformance.com/vision. And yes, this is pretty much what I would like to share about myself. You can always also check out my book, Speak Up, Stand Out, and Shine, on Amazon. It's helped so many women and people in general to show up more powerfully for any challenging situations in business, such as public speaking, meetings, speaking up in meetings, and so on. And it's on Amazon as Kindle and as print. So you choose according to your preference. Again, if you'd like to receive the script, just really go to my website, transformyourperformance.com, to the contact page, or email me directly at regina@transformyourperformance.com. And the session I mentioned, by the way, someone who recently booked such a session said to me, my vision was very blurry before my session. In fact, it wasn't even a real vision because I'd never written it down in detail. It was just a vague idea in my mind, and it was challenging to stay on track with it and to really go after what I wanted. Writing my vision in the way you guided me to do, and allowing myself to not only dream big, but actually put my dream into a concrete vision, was a marvelous and very empowering experience. Now I have a basis for a concrete plan, and I'm already in the process of mapping it out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Super excited about my vision now. So that was really beautiful, beautiful to hear. So if you want to get as excited about your vision and write one that's solid and that you can actually turn into a plan, sign up for my special session and we'll get you started on a powerful path. Even if you have a vision board already, you absolutely need a written vision, and it needs to be written in a certain way to be actionable and to put you in the right vibration to achieve it. Yes. So with this, I wanted to invite you to join me again next Wednesday and any Wednesday after, to also watch the recordings once they are up. And yes, I'm always going to be here for you, and I have your back. And in the meantime, keep shining, sparkle away like a precious pearl, because always remember, the world is your oyster.